skiing
I will
with my
be here.
family.
We're maybe, don't tell my wife, but we're trying to organize a beach volleyball game for Christmas Eve. Is that allowed?
Did you? Yeah, of
think the
course
wife
it
will
is.
let that happen?
Yeah. Well, I won't be here. I'm going to be skiing with my kids.
I don't know.
It's a
Some
tradition.
dads are trying to get out. It's Christmas Eve.
Got to go have some fun. I'm spending time, I don't know, with my family.
Yeah, that's probably what I should do. Yeah. My brother's in town. We're excited. Last time he was here, played volleyball. Like, it's pretty fun to play beach volleyball.
It's fantastic.
Great workout, 65 degrees.
But I put my family first. But I think it's
family
good for
first.
you.
Yes, definitely. You'll be skiing by yourself, right?
No. Well, at some point, yes. I'll come around a corner so fast, I'll be above
You'll
the
see him on
family.
the lift maybe and say, how's it going? Oh, great. Back to me.
J-Mac with the news.
No.
Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
So the defending Super Bowl champs were officially eliminated from playoff contention last night. 24-12 loss to the Packers. It was a snoozer, Colin. Second earliest elimination for a defending Super Bowl champ in the last 30 years. Here's what McVay said on whether he could imagine how this season would play out.
I think it's hard to say that you could. You certainly can't, but this is the reality that we're in, and this is where we're at. My job is to focus on let's finish up the season, with the right competitive spirit, with the mindset and mentality that's reflective of who those guys are in the locker room and who those coaches are, and that's what we'll do. But there's been a lot of things that I've kind of thought about, that I think you can make sense of why you've gotten here, but it still doesn't make it any easier, and it's a very humbling season for sure.
Let me defend it. Would you rather be Sean McVay with a ring or Kyle Shanahan without one, but dominating McVay in the regular season? Which would you rather be, the Utah Jazz or Jordan? Okay, I love Kyle Shanahan. He doesn't know who the hell his quarterback is next year. And as expensive roster, You Trey Lance, Purdy, I think they're off Garoppolo, but McVay's going to get Donald back, Cooper Kupp back, Matt Stafford back. I think they should trade Jalen Ramsey and get some draft capital. He's also one of the great salesmen. He's probably the NFL's best salesman. Go ask Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley can sell LA. Sean McVay can sell free agents. He got Von Miller. He got OBJ. The bottom line is Stafford's upright, Cooper's upright, Darnold's upright. They'll move Ramsey, my guess, get draft capital. They're going to be fine. Utah Jazz are never discussed. They dominated. They beat the Lakers a lot in the regular season. McVay's got a ring, and he's got a star quarterback. Okay, Shanahan, who I love, has neither, but is dominating him in the regular season. Half the teams that make the playoff this year won't next year. So the Rams, last year when they won the Super Bowl, were uniquely healthy. Nobody got hurt. This year, they were uniquely unhealthy. They have the most starting lineups on the O-line in the league. They'll be fine. You can rebuild in L.A. a lot faster than Cincinnati. Players want to play here.
Certainly. Next up, the Ravens' passing game completely cratered since the loss of Lamar Jackson. They threw for 138 yards against the Browns and 94 yards the week before that. John Harbaugh is confident in his staff, despite fans' vocal frustrations with OC Greg Roman, who's on the hot seat. Here's how Harbaugh defended his OC.
Got confidence in everybody. We have great coaches and great players at the highest level who are battling every single day to get everything as good as it can be. And all of our coaches, including Greg and everybody else, are fully capable of understanding the pass game and what we've got to do to get it done and scheming it up and all that kind of stuff. We can do things a lot better. We can look at what we're, how much we're calling, how much motion and stuff we put in, all the football-related X and O stuff. We're definitely looking at really hard.
So the smart thing when you get a unique quarterback like Lamar Jackson is you build around his skill set and maximize it.
Yeah.
You don't try to put, a square into a circle hole, right? So they built around Lamar. But then Lamar gets hurt, and nobody can duplicate what he does.
Well, yeah, but nobody can duplicate what Josh Allen or Aaron Rodgers do. So I don't have a problem with Baltimore saying this is our star, build around him. I think Baltimore was smart. We've got a very unique player. Let's build around him. Because Lamar wins 75% of his games. So I don't have a problem saying, well, they built around Lamar. Everybody builds around. I mean, Kansas City is very unique where Mahomes can kind of take anything and win. In the history of football, even Aikman needed a run game. Like Bradshaw needed a defense. So, it's hard to win.
Dak goes down. Cooper Rush fills in admirably because you know what? We'll ride the defense. We'll ride the run game. Easier,
so let me
easier
ask you.
transition.
So, okay, but would you rather have Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or Dak? I'd rather have Josh Allen or Lamar. Yeah. So, yeah, you don't have to build around Dak, but Dak can't run like Lamar, and he can't
so
throw.
What is that, but I don't understand. So what are you supposed to do with Tyler Huntley? Are you running the Lamar offense, or do you have a new install?
Well, I think when any star quarterback gets hurt, you're screwed. But I believe that you have to go all in on your star quarterback.
But now Lamar's been hurt 2 straight years.
Well,
he wants a lot of money. Like, they got some decisions to make.
Okay, but when he's not hurt, what happens? W's, a lot of them, win their division. I am all for drafting. Like, Lamar's got his flaws. Herbert doesn't win enough. I mean, all I know is if you're winning 7 out of 10 games, I'm re-signing you. Yeah. Kyler, I've got more issues with because he's getting hurt and not winning games.
So, like, Carson Wentz can go down in Philly. Nick Foles can just step in, run the offense, no problem. There's just no way to duplicate what Lamar does in Baltimore.
Well, there's no way to. Is there any way to duplicate in his prime what Aaron Rodgers did? No.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a little more. It's a little easier because you're simply making reads, dropping back, and passing. There's no scrambling or running like designed runs. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
Lamar's running like the pistol offense. There's like a handful of quarterbacks who can do that.
But here, let me defend Lamar again. Nobody else runs it.
Well, Lamar doesn't need defending here. It's the OC who's under fire from the fans. They're like, our offense without Lamar is total garbage. We can't move the ball.
Well, again, so here's the other thing. The one thing where I'll criticize is that offense, agents don't want to send their wide receivers there.
Right.
Because that offense is not receiver friendly. But that means you have to draft receivers. So that's just an easy obstacle.
And their number one guy, Bateman, went down. He's out for the season.
Yeah, so even the big roadblock is, free agent receivers won't want to. Well, free agent receivers don't want to go to Green Bay because of the weather in the small town. This league is all about imperfections. You got to be able to overcome it. So the idea, Lamar doesn't throw it as well. Yeah, but he runs it better than anybody. And is he getting chipped up and beat up a little bit? I am concerned about that. But
you know, the good barometer is going to be Jalen Hurts. They run a very unique offense. Again, I think 5 or 6 games this season with 15 or more carries. Gardner Minshew ain't carrying it 15 times.
No.
4th and 1, Philadelphia has the greatest offense. Have you seen all their 4th and 1 conversions?
Well, yeah, but you're not arguing that Philly's better with Minshew.
No, I think it's going to be a tough transition, just as it is with Tyler Huntley. This Minshew one could be difficult this week. I mean, any short yardage, Jalen Hurts just runs it and they push behind him.
Anytime you go to a backup, you're not the same team.
Yeah.
So you're not, but Philadelphia's got a lot of components that protect Gardner Minshew. That defense is not giving up 30 points, so you're not going to be in a shootout to win.
It's a fascinating look either way. All right, finally, the Commanders. They lost ground in the NFC playoff race, 20-12 loss to the Giants. Taylor Heineke fumbled twice. Yeah. Had some questions about whether he should continue to start. Yeah. I cannot believe people are calling for Carson Wentz. It's comical. Yeah. No change is expected, but Ron Rivera says if things don't improve, a change may be needed.
I think the biggest thing more than anything else is, sticking with Taylor and what we're trying to establish. And it is something, though, that obviously is talked about, obviously, out there. And it is something that, to be quite frank, as I do have to think about at some point. But if we can if we can get back on track and play the way we've played and do things that we've done, then we'll stick with where we are. Until then, I will do that.
I'd just like to point out the Commanders had 100 more yards than the Giants, averaged 6.7 yards per play. Oh, yeah. They moved the ball well, 1 for 3 in the red zone hurt, and then on the money down, 3rd down, 1 for 10.
Well, that's because they got a backup playing quarterback.
Right.
They're bad on 3rd down.
So I mentioned Derek Carr. If you're Ron Rivera.
Oh, I would consider it.
Now, if you're Derek Carr, do you want to go there?
No.
Because the owner in flux.
No. I'd rather
But I would say Derek Carr wants to get away from Josh McDaniels. That's obvious. He has had the worst season, I think, of his career by, like, many statistical measures.
I thought Derek Carr's a Raider through and through. I don't know. I don't know.
Tom Brady to the Raiders?
Well, there's
got a lot of notes from Heard for the Holidays about the Brady Raiders. Vegas fans want it. They're over Carr.
Of course, everybody loves Brady. He's going to be 46.
I feel bad. Carr's such a nice guy. Aren't you guys friendly?
No, he doesn't follow me. He gets very sensitive. I like his brother. I think I've defended him 100 times on the show. He had a bad pick 6 against the Patriots, though. Bad.
But Raiders fans are totally out on Carr.
Well, Raider fans are a little over-emotional.
They're worse than Jets fans.
Oh, they're crazy.
Way worse.
Crazy town. And then you add Vegas, stir in that. Oh, boy. J-Mac with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Getting to be that time of the year again. You can see it coming. 2023 is right in the windshield.